Welcome everyone. If you're here, today I'm going to do a negative review. Yes, these are still possible. I know many people don't appreciate these kind of videos. They are all looking for those videos which promise the finding of a great fragrance which gets lots of compliments, has huge performance. So these kind of videos don't get that much interest. But I know that I'm gonna help some people avoid some horrible fragrances. And yes, I'm gonna use some very harsh words just to amplify how bad these fragrances are. Not just because I'm trying to exaggerate, they really are. And the brand I wanna talk about today is Beck's Londoner. I don't know how many of you have experienced these fragrances, especially if you're not from the United Kingdom, because these fragrances and this brand is or was based in London. And I'm saying was because when I was doing my research, I was looking on the internet and I wasn't able to find much information about them. Meaning that I wasn't able to find an official website for this brand. Meaning that it's possible that it's no longer available. What a relief. And I can understand why. Who would like to buy these kind of fragrances? Only if you did like me and blind bought them without knowing, but I paid only £14 for each. And trust me guys when I'm saying that even for £14, these fragrances are not worth it. So I've determined this considering the smell, the quality, the price and the performance. So I've balanced all these and compared to what I've smelled before, many fragrances, and I've decided that these are indeed the worst. You are able to find some information, I think, on Fragrantica, and there are some videos on YouTube. I know at least Naz, the king of hidden gems, Toiletarian, has a video about not just two, but a lot more from this brand, but not so surprisingly, he likes them. But then again, he likes most of the fragrances he's talking about. But not me. These two fragrances have a very bad quality. They have a very bad opening, synthetic, chemical. And again, I'm not going to exaggerate when I'm going to say this. They smell very close to the smell of a toilet cleaner. The first time I sprayed this on, it was painful. But yet, I did it. I didn't know what to expect, so I sprayed it on. Lesson learned. Don't ever spray something on unless you really know it's good or at least decent, not chemical. At least I didn't get a rash. So from Naz's video, and by the way, I bought this before watching Naz's Toiletarian's video, so I didn't get influenced by him. I bought this before, and I know that from his video, the concept is that these letters and numbers, the combinations, are actually postcodes from London. The price for these, the retail price, is close to £100. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And guys, for that price, if that's the price, then definitely the worst. Even for £14 that I paid, they're still very bad. Now, from my perspective, after smelling them, the black bottle is supposed to be a darker fragrance, the white bottle obviously a fresher one, but both share that chemical smell, at least in the opening, and I'm barely able to get something like the smell of a fragrance, something that you would actually put on your skin. The bottles are decent, they come without a lid, that's not a big problem. I've seen that before. The atomizer are below average, but that's the best thing I can say about this brand. The dark one smells kind of like a rose type of dark rose, or at least that's what it's trying to mimic. And the white one is supposed to be like a fresh summer fragrance, not aquatic, just a fresh citrusy floral. The performance is horrible on both. They last about 2 hours. Well, I'm not gonna say anything more about them because I think you already got the point. And you know me guys, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not a fragrance snob, because if you watch my videos, you know that I own a lot of cheap fragrances, good fragrances, even those under £10, which are a lot better than these two. Here are a couple of the fragrances that I just found here on the shelf that I have and are a lot better. Paul Smith, Man Extreme, just an example. I'm not saying you should buy these. Rihanna Rogue Man, really good alternative to DNG The One. And Calvin Klein Obsession Man. Just simple as that. Really good fragrances, cheap. You should be careful with these new or unpopular niche brands, especially if you don't have the possibility to physically try the fragrance in a store. At least buy a sample. Don't get a full bottle without knowing what you're buying, because a lot of these new niche brands are not really niche brands, are just undercover cheap fragrances. And until the next video, throw this and put something else on you and keep smelling great.